So this is a shop fan that I've had for the last 2 years. It was a hand-me-down from my friend Kelly, and it started making terrible noises, like you're hearing right now. And I was able to take it apart and fix it and clean it and loop it and put it back together. And it was fine for a while. And then I did that a few more times. Of course, as soon as I start talking about it, it's like, I'm gonna behave. Nope, see, there it goes again. I guarantee you, it does not behave. And it also doesn't put off a ton of coolness. It doesn't really circulate the air as much as I would like it to. But, you know, time's been tough and I haven't wanted to spend the money. So I've just been dealing with this fan for a very long time. That's right. And there finally came a day where I spent like hours trying to make this fan be quiet. And there's nothing I could do aside from like order parts. And you know what? If I was gonna spend money on a fan at all, it would not be this one anymore. I am done. I'm done with you. Plus this is like the highest setting that it has. I love this yellow rag. Go away. This is also the highest setting that it has. Blowy a little bit. So that's my old fan. And this is my new fan. YouTube, it's Faye, and for today's video, I'm going to show you an upgrade that I recently made to my lovely little home shop. And I've had this upgrade now for about a week, and I cannot tell you the frickin' difference it has made in my life in terms of just like wanting to actually come out here to the shop and work on my project car. I know. Sounds pretty crazy because for those of you who know me know I'm obsessed with my frickin' Supra, and like nothing makes me happier than actually working on it, except the painting part. I hate sanding. I'm glad that's over. But actually working on the car, doing mechanical work, doing the things that I love, I've not wanted to come out here because it's the middle of the Texas summer. Oh, hello. It's the middle of the Texas summer. And that means it's well over 100 degrees and muggy in here. And it's freaking miserable. So I finally decided that I needed to make a huge step in making this space more comfortable. So I actually reached out to Hunter Industrial Fans. Huge freaking thank you guys to sponsoring this video. And I got some fans from them. So before I get started though, I know what you're thinking. Whoa, Faye never does sponsored videos. This is true. Because I don't just like take money and just say stuff that's not true. So it actually was very difficult for me to even like find these fans after all the research that I had done. So 2 parts. First of all, I want to show you like that these exist because I feel like more people should know about them. 2, I actually really love these fans. So that's what I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna do my first impressions, and then I'm also gonna show you like how easy they were to put together, and I don't know, just some stuff about them. So hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get right into it. All right, so behind me are the 2 different styles of fans that I got. This little one is, well, little. It's a 24-inch wall or ceiling mount fan, and then this one behind me, this large 30-inch, is a sort of stand up and roll around on the ground style fan. And then also both of them have the option of adding on this LED light, which also comes with a bracket that you can mount to the fan. So it's like, I don't know, it's amazing. So we're gonna start out with this one. I'll just quickly show you how I assemble it and then where I'm gonna put it in the shop. And both these I got from Hunter Industrial, but they are called Jan fans. That's like, I don't know, their name, Jan fan. Anyway, all right, we're gonna start with these extremely clear instructions. I mean, there's not obviously much to put together here, but sometimes you see a bunch of pieces and you get overwhelmed. So thankfully these instructions are really freaking clear. So I'm gonna start with my snips and I'm going to cut the zip tie. And there are instructions here on the blades. Handle me on the hub, and this side is gonna be away from the motor. So that's, well, thanks. It's pretty straightforward and pretty easy. I've got this hardware kit here, and then we've got the 2 portions of the fan cage. One that has the JanFan logo on the outside of it, and then this one, which has these little slots. Check these out. These are quick installation slots. The motor comes, look at this cute little flower design on it. The motor has these 4 nuts pre-installed. It just came like this out of the box. I'm gonna hold it between my knees, and then I'm gonna position the big holes over the 4 nuts. like so. And we can see that the 3 portions with the little clips or the little loops where these clips are gonna sit are offset. Loosen the nuts a little bit and slide it over. Yeah, so I'm gonna have this portion facing the top. And that is because I would like the JanFan logo to be facing the proper direction. You'll see that in a second. So now that I've got where I want the outside of the cage to be, and I've got these into the small portion of the slots, got my fancy little zip tool with, I never take these out of the toolbox, but whatever, one of my SAE sockets, 7/16. So we'll just give a little bit of love evenly. This is a very weak little gun, which is why I love it for like jumper stuff. They don't give you a torque spec on this, and I think that's because it's, I don't know, I guess it should be straightforward. All right, so now that we got this portion on, next comes the blade. And thankfully for us, this side away from motor, obviously that's the motor. You can also tell like how to install the blade with these 2 little screws because of the way that it's round here and then it's pointed here. So obviously like the 2 pointed flat spots are where I'm going to place the fan blade on the motor. Now, one thing to note in the instructions, there are different depth settings for the fan blade depending on what size fan we have. So right here in the instructions, slide blade F over shaft with hub away from the motor. The blade centers properly. Okay, blade F. Blade F. Lovely. All right, 20 and 30 inch blade should be pushed to the rear limit. The 24-inch blade hub should be at the front limit. Tighten them securely. All right, now that I've got my blade in there, my rear part of the cage on, I'm now going to install the front part of my cage. And you can see that I have this nicely positioned where this bracket is facing up. Because like I had mentioned earlier, I'm gonna be mounting this one on the ceiling. Whoa, bug. Won't have to worry about those ones, I got the fans in here. I'll be mounting this one on the ceiling, so it's gonna be facing down, and the reason why I have that pointing up and then also set the cage this way, oh, my phone. All right, so I got a phone call, and then it started to like epically downpour. Somewhere in Texas, it's great. So now it's even more muggy than it was before, and now I've got a bunch of new homes for mosquitoes. So even more reason to need the fans. Okay, staying on topic here, don't you see? So anyway, we are back here. I kind of forgot where I left off, so we shall see. This is facing up because I'm going to mount this fan from the ceiling, I think. So the reason why I was worried about that is because I wanted to make sure that my 3 little brackets, which will be accepting our little connectors here, these little pins, I don't know, what do I call them in the instructions? Positive locking safety hinge pin. That's a mouthful. All right, cool. But I wanted to have the little JanFan logo facing the right way. Why does it matter? I don't know. Just cause, I mean, not that I necessarily care about seeing the logo, but it's like, you can tell there's an obvious right way up. And yeah, I just wanted to keep that the obvious right way up. Now I've got 3 of these little hooks. I'm sorry, what are they again? Positive locking safety hinge pin. Whoa! And this is the easiest thing in the world. I don't know, after I started, I realized that like these things are so easy to put together, it's almost not worth making an assembly video, but that's right. Cool, all right, so now we get to mount it. And here is the bracket that it comes with. And this is kind of cool. So this can either mount to the wall, like so, and then you can mount the fan upright or upside down. Well, I guess either up or down, I don't know, mounting it on the wall. Or what I think I'm gonna do is mount it to the ceiling. Since my shop is kind of small, my walls, I don't have like a ton of space, so I think the best option for me is to mount it from the ceiling and then have the fan hanging from below. So that's what I'm gonna do. So now all that's left is I'm just gonna figure out where I wanna put it. The installation instructions are pretty straightforward for this, as you can probably imagine. On the bottom or top of this bad boy, I think I'm gonna do it like this. Yes, you will place this swivel. So this swivel is gonna then mount to the fan, giving it, of course, a tilt adjustability and wiggle adjustability. So you can like pretty much face the fan in whatever direction you want. So I'm gonna scope around the shop and find the perfect spot for this fan to go. What about right there? Heck yeah. Now that we're focused on this side of the shop though, you can see the fact that I really need to paint the shop wall, but that's okay. Let's put this bad boy on low mode. Woo! You know what I like about this too? It's nice and quiet. This is low. This is low mode. It's nice and quiet, and This is gonna keep the bugs out of the shop. So right now it's like super swampy and there's like a bunch of mosquitoes and stuff. So this is gonna help me keep the mosquitoes out. I don't know if you, like, you can't even really tell like how, I guess my hair is blowing in the wind, isn't it? Let's put this thing on high mode. I don't really have hair that blows in the wind, so I don't know. Maybe I'm doing a disservice to you. That's fine, you get the idea. This thing's freaking epic. Wait a second, I know what to do, hold on. Yeah, I know everyone has party streamers in their shop, but check this out. Alright, anyway. Okay, so now that I got that one, hold on. Quiet you. Alright, so now that I got that one up there and installed, I suppose it's time to put together the big floor really roundy fan. Alright. And I'll guess we'll have these on standby for that one. You know what I almost forgot? I wanted to mount this wonderful little light, especially since the spot that I chose is right above my workbench. And right now I got some 7M heads there. I'll eventually do something with them and then I'll have this space freed up again. But there's a pretty long range to this light, so I do actually want to mount this LED light in the spot provided on, well, on the spot that's about to be provided with this bracket. So this is a pretty simple 2-piece bracket. So you can see here how the 2 pieces are used into place. So I have that little lower bracket, actually as the upper bracket, and gonna be going into the fins like so. And then I have these hooked into the lower fin. Of course, now that I've messed with it, I messed it up. Oh my God. Well, let me try that again. Okay, then there we go. And the 2 are going to sit together, oh, like so. Then once again, my little no-name battery-operated impact and the rarely used ever one of my SAE sockets, what is this, 7/16. I'm just gonna gently tighten these guys down to their final resistance, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Okay, sometimes you think things are gonna be easy and then you think too much, and now I've like relocated this light like a bunch of times. So I think, so a few things. We've got this really nice little button on the back to turn it on and off with. I wanna be able to easily reach this while the fan is up high. So this is like the maximum of where my arms can reach. So I don't wanna go any higher than this because, whoops, stay there. I'm going to make this a little bit inconvenient for myself. So don't wanna make it too high, but also wanna be able to illuminate most of the workbench. So here's where I've decided. So here is the cool thing. If you've got like one standard wall outlet, then you've got the light and the fan, and that takes up like one entire outlet. So like, what the heck? That's like a little bit inconvenient. Ah! That's what you may be thinking, but you're wrong. All right, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit now that we're not quite so close in on the fan, because you need to see like my pores. So this is this awesome little plug adapter that comes with the kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the outlet for the light, and then on this side of the fan, oh, and then plug it in like so. So now you can see that they're all coming together in one, and then that's going to just one cable, so only taking up one spot in your standard outlet. But now look how nice this is, and we can really see how badly I matched my paint. Someday I'll fix that. But look, there's our little button, and there it is off. There, like that's pretty epic. And now I can sort of point this wherever I want, and I can also move the head of the fan any direction to illuminate a different part of the shop as well. So I don't know, this is a super cool setup, and like for being in the corner of my shop, I've got a lot going on over here, and this is gonna make my life a lot easier and a lot better. All right, assembly of the second fan portion is identical to the assembly of the first fan portion, with the exception of one thing, and that is the depth that I'm gonna place the fan blade. So let's go ahead and speed through this, but instead of pushing it all the way to the front, I'll be pushing the blade all the way to the rear of the fan. All right, here goes. Okay, so now obviously there's a difference in mounting. Once again, we have very clear assembly instructions, so this should be a breeze. No pun intended. The bracket that we get looks like so. We've got this all-thread pipe, and then this is gonna thread onto here like so. Got a couple options here for how to face the handle. You can face it in towards the fan. I'm gonna face mine outside. The holes are all the way around, So you could literally face the handle like any way that you wanted. I'm gonna choose this way. Now I'm just gonna tighten them up with my 9/16 socket and wrench. Moving on to the back side, or this is actually the underside. I don't know, and I'm gonna be putting on these little rolling casters. So, pretty straightforward. They're just gonna go this way, and I've got all the hardware right here. Whoops, in the kit. All right, now that I got my wheels installed, I've got a couple little square rubber stoppers to put in the holes. So there we go. There's one. Okay, fantastic. So here we have the base. And you can see why I wanted the handle in the back, because I can just easily pick it up and move it around. So now all I have left is to install this guy right here. So I've got this guy threaded all the way in. If you ever notice how like everything's a little guy? This guy, that guy, this. How dare I assume their gender? Sorry! I'm gonna spin this into position, and then eventually it'll sort of bottom out on its own, both faces, because the thread like eventually runs out. Now over here, I've got this lovely kit of bolts. Large bolt with lock washer and large nut, which is gonna be our mounting bolt. And then this smaller bolt with serrated nut, and this is gonna be for the adjustment. So with these two, I will mount the fan. I know it kind of looks like big and bulky and awkward, but if I can do it, little me, then y'all can definitely do it. Got my nut, and I got my 3/4 socket and wrench. And I've obviously got it adjusted like pretty much where I want it anyways, but this little bolt and nut will adjust for us and allow me to tilt it up and down. So I wanted it facing a little bit more up. Then I've got, you know, obviously this whole range of motion here. And likewise, if I wanted to tilt it any more down, I think I want it kind of right there for now. Oh, no, not there. Fan, you must not take liberty here. All right, see, I haven't tightened the adjusting nut yet. All right, and just tightening it into position with my 7/16. And now here's this one fully assembled, and you can see that I went ahead and put this lovely little LED dock light on there as well. And I gotta say, it does not weigh a lot for what it looks like. It's pretty easy for little me to lift it up and cart it all over Kingdom Come. And I mean, hey, I'm not saying I'm weak. I'm not weak, but you know, let's be reasonable here, people. Now let's plug this bad boy in. Streamer test. Woo! Woo! This thing blows! And now for our LED light. This thing is actually really freaking bright. Yeah, so there you have it. My new shop fans. I'm so freaking excited about them. Once again, thank you so much to Hunter Industrial for sponsoring this video and for providing me with these amazing freaking fans. Like, they have really been a life changer for me, and it made it so much more pleasant to be out here in my shop during like the mosquito-y, swampy, heat-ridden Texas summer. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're interested in checking out the fans, you can obviously find them in the links below. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. All right, bye.